Welcome back to our SMU Dynasty rebuild. In our last episode, we were able to find our wide receiver one in Jordan Hudson. He went off for over 150 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns and was extremely efficient with only needing 3 catches to get this accomplished. Outside of this, we were still looking to find our option number 2 as we don't want to hamstring ourselves later on in the season with having only 1 pass catcher on our roster. On the other side of the ball, we also found a star in the making in Cale Sanders Jr. He was able to get 5 tackles, a sack, and a pick 6, and he was getting it all done all over the field all night long against the Wolfpack. And last but assuredly not least, we have Elijah Roberts, who went for 6 tackles, with 3 of those being sacks, as he decimated the Nevada linemen all night long. And with our season starting 1-0, we look ahead to what on paper looks like a lesser opponent in the FCS Southeast Pandas. But before we get down to the field, let's take a quick look around the recruiting room and touch base with some prospects. Looking around the recruiting here, we're just going to scroll through before we go into more of an in-depth discussion, but you can see some of our 5 stars are actually making pretty good progress. One of the biggest issues that we're going to have this season is going to be that time commitment we're going to be able to make to each and every player. We have 50 hours pretty much on every single position except for linebackers, but we need players all over the field, and those top programs are always going to be able to dedicate 60, 65, even 70 to 75 hours a week, and we just can't compete. So we're going to have to kind of work in between the lines and see what players that want to come to us and don't. We already had to take off 7 players off of our targets list, 4 of them being strong safeties. So we're gonna have to go back to the prospect list and review some of the players, see if we found anybody new that wants to come to our school. And so speaking of pick up new players, we had to pick up 3 different strong safeties to kind of backfill those guys we'll need to see this coming season. We have Miles Oholette, Mitch Rourke, and Sal Fajardo. So these 3 guys are going to be kind of the guys we look towards. I know they're not the greatest players. We had a couple 4-stars here before we had to take them off, but these 3 stars, hopefully they can be some gems. We don't have the hours to recruit right now, or we don't have the hours to scout right now, so we'll have to be pretty strategic. We'll probably offer them all scholarships, but going forward, we're going to be very, very strategic on who we offer scholarships and our time to. But one of the players we want to highlight this week was going to be Sateki Liu out of Danville, California. He's a defensive tackle power rusher. We're going to compete with Southern California, USC, and Tennessee for this guy. They both have tier 2s. We have tier 1s. We're the only 3 kind of in the race right now. But if you look here, we do have a bigger gain on him in terms of interest. So hopefully we can keep that ball rolling later into the season and continue to progress our interest with him and possibly get into that top 3 and possibly even get him to come all the way down to Dallas, Texas. The second guy we wanted to highlight is Kevin Chosen out of Burleson, Texas, and he's going to be hopefully staying home this season. There's 4 teams that are competing for it right now. 3 of them are out of Texas, and then we have Auburn. We're actually the lowest in terms of pipeline tiers. We're 3, and everybody else has at least a 4, if not a 5, but we have been getting the most interest with him or influence with him. So hopefully we continue to increase that and continue just to make him want to come all the way, or not all the way, come down to Dallas, Texas. He does have the mentals clear-headed and the physical ability to recoup. He's not the fastest wide receiver, but he does have 92 speed, 95 jumping, but he's 6'2". 6'2" is going to be very, very good for a wide receiver with that physical tendency as well. So he's going to be able to bully some of the smaller cornerbacks he's going to go up with in college. And one of the guys we highlighted last time was Graham Lanning, the 4-star running back out of Houston, Texas. We made a big jump with him, and one team we're going to be competing with is USC, but we'll keep track of him going on later into the year. And same thing with Josh Martinez. We covered him in the last episode, but he made a big jump with us, and everybody else is kind of competing with him. There's 7 teams that offer him scholarship, so there's going to be a lot of suitors for him, but hopefully we can stay out in front and keep gaining that influence. And then the last guy we want to highlight is Cordale Naylor. He's a physical wide receiver out of Dallas, Texas, so he's going to stay right at home if he chooses to come to SMU. Again, another 6'2" guy, another physical Tennessee guy. He's looking very, very good on paper. We haven't scouted him too heavy. We've only offered him 10 hours, so we'll probably increase that right now, actually, but we're the only team to offer him a scholarship, so we should be able to get a very, very good boost or a very, very good jump on all the other schools. Obviously, these bigger programs can come back very, very fast, so we're going to want to dedicate him more hours and see if we can pull away even quicker. And here we go. Davin Wingate Wilson, the senior out of Sewanee, Georgia, will be taking the field for the Pandas as we get into the very first play of the game. And it'll be a handoff to Blue Redmond to the right-hand side, the sophomore running back for the Pandas. He'll get a gain of 1 yard down to the 26-yard line as they drop back to pass in their second play of the game. And they're going to catch him. They're going to get a few yards down the field after the catch to the 36. That will be a reception by Caleb Sheffield for a very, very big game. Another handoff to Redmond as he gets 5 yards on the carry. And the Pandas are rolling here early in the first quarter. And that is another pass open, but it is dropped by Sheffield up the seam. He was in double coverage, but he was able to sneak it through there, but it was dropped regardless. Another pass and catch there to the 4th and inches mark, and that'll be a turnover on downs as we take a look at our top players of the game. Logan Parr is going to be leading us away in the offensive line as we're going to hand the ball off there to our running back as he's going to make a nice juke down to the 34-yard line for 2nd and 1. Jalen Knighton had a good run there of 9 yards, and we're going to look to use him for a lot of the game today as we go right back to him, and he's going to get another good rush down almost to midfield to the 49 for a change of downs, and he already has over 20 rushing yards on 2 early plays here as we drop back to pass, but Stone is hit as he throws, and it'll be incomplete up the middle of the field. Luckily for us, that's not picked off, and we'll have another opportunity on 2nd down, another drop back to pass. We're going to hit out to the flat to the running back, Knighton, number 4. He'll go for 7 yards down to the 44, passing the 50-yard line. And we'll get another chance. 3rd and 3 as we're going to get another run to Knighton. He'll do a little bit early of a power move there, but he'll get stopped for a gain of a few 3 rushes for 35 yards so far for Knighton early. And across the middle, that'll be Bailey, number 12, and he's going to escape into the end zone. And that'll be his first receiving touchdown of the year. If you remember to episode 1, we did highlight him as one of our top receivers, and he is showing it here today. A very, very good catch and run there by Bailey. A post route across the center of the field will net him his first reception and first touchdown of the season for more than a catch of 30-something yards. It looked like they were playing cover 2 there, deep across the middle. Taking a look at the all-22 angle here, you can see he was just wide open across the middle. He makes a nice cut and gets into the end zone before the defense collapse on him. And I said it was a post move. It looks more like a slant in that replay. But what a great pass and catch there from Preston Stone to Jake Bailey to start off this game. That'll be a big hit by Elijah Roberts as the Pandas take it for another play. Here will be 2nd and 13 from the 22 after that big hit from Roberts. And he's going to get almost to the backfield, but they'll complete the pass to Sheffield down the left-hand side for a gain of 9 or 11. And we will jump off sides there, or encroachment penalty, and it'll be a gain of 5 from the penalty for them. Another change of downs and another quick throw to Sheffield on the left-hand side will get them 5. Down to the 43, they're going to drop back to pass, and then we are going to bring the boys to the quarterback, but they're going to run a nice screen, and they're going to pass it off to Blue Redmond once again, and he is killing us today. Receiving the ball, running the ball, whatever he's got to do. He's been doing it very well. They're going to hand it off to the backup running back, number 28. He's going to break a tackle before being tackled out of bounds. That'll be TJ Ritchie on the 7-yard carry down to the 28-yard line. Coming in to close the first quarter, we're going to hand it off right back to Blue Redmond, and he will get a stuff for a loss of 1. 3rd and 4 now for the Pandas. They're going to pass it out to the flat. Number 82 will break a tackle and get out of bounds. And that'll be Jeremy Romaine on the catch, the junior tight end out of Montana. They're going to do a little RPO action once again to number 8, Brandon Benson, for a gain of 5 yards. As we're going to hand the ball right back off. And that'll be a gain of 4 there from Blue Redmond, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. You can see the wide receiver comparisons between Sheffield and Bailey there. And bring it into the second quarter. The Pandas will take a 3rd and 1 from the 16. They're going to run to the left-hand side, and that'll be a good tackle, team tackle there. But leading off will be number 12, Isaiah Nwokbia on play. They're going to take the field goal, but it'll hit off the uprights. That'll be 0 points there. Well, it looked like to be a chip shot, but they are going to just sneak it right outside and miss the 3-point opportunity as Knighton's going to take the ball, and he's going to lose the ball, and it'll be on the ground. but luckily for us, we were able to pick it up. And looking at the replay, he got lit up coming across the middle there, trying to get a cutback and get that first down. But 2nd and 1 from the 29. We're gonna go right back to him, trust him again not to lose this ball. He makes a nice little juke there to dodge one defender, but he gets caught up anyways, and we'll get the first down from Knighton as we do an RPO pass to Jordan Hudson out on the right-hand side. It'll be a gain of 6 to the 40, and the Mustangs are moving it very quickly down the field. And after that quick touchdown last drive, they're looking to do again another handoff to Knighton and another juke, and it looks like a late hit there from the DB, but they won't get a no call, no targeting whatsoever, and we're gonna hand it right back off to Knighton. He's gonna have a big gain and a nice block there from our wide receiver, and that is gonna be a very, very good run. You can see the offensive line just open a great hole for Knighton to get up through there, and we're gonna do another RPO right to Keyshawn Smith, and he has been very, very good for us. He is probably gonna be our wide receiver 2 option if Jake Bailey doesn't get the touches that we thought he would at the beginning of the season, and that'll be a big sack there from number 16. And it looks like Logan Parr is going to go down with the injury. Looking at number 16 again, he was just able to get around our defender Williams there, and it was just not a very good blocking scheme. But we'll go drop it back in for the pass across the middle, but that'll be a good play by their defensive back, and it'll knock it incomplete. 4th and 10, we're going to go for it down the right-hand side, and that is a ball. He's got the step on him. That'll be a catch and touchdown, Mustangs. That'll be a perfect throw there, perfect placement from Stone to Keyshawn Smith once again, and that is electric stuff there from the boys, going up 13-3. And look at this just replay, a perfect dot, tight spiral, just drops it over the top, right into his hands, and he's able to get the toe touchdown here. You'll be able to see it one more time. So nice. Got to see it twice. He just beats the defense off the step, and they just kind of look confused out there, and he just is able to make the perfect catch to get us up 14-3 now, as the Pandas will come out here for their 3rd drive. They're going to fake the handoff, but it looks like Roberts is going to get there, but he'll just be able to knock him and disrupt the pass. As we go to 3rd and 8 after an incomplete pass on last play. They're going to take the run up the middle, and that'll be Redmond to get a few yards there, but not the first down, and they will have to be punting it for ours to get. And we'll get the ball and run to the right as Knighton will take it for a gain of 7 down to the 41. We're going to look to go and capitalize again on the good run. LJ Johnson Jr. to coming across the middle, and he'll get a gain of a few. 3rd and 1 now from the 43. We're going to hit the flat, and Knighton's going to make a move in the backfield, but he'll get stuffed for a loss of 4. And we forced to punt it away, our first punt of the day, so very, very good. And we're going to get another sack, and that is Cale Sanders Jr. again, his 2nd sack of the season. And he has just been electric on the defensive side of the ball. Well, he has just been a spark for us all year long. I know it's early on in the season, but he has just been a hectic force on that defense. And look at that, just unblocked on the left-hand side. Get a better view of it here. Just nobody even touches him. The blocking scheme just was confused, handling our left end there, and he was able to sneak into the backfield and blow the play up for a loss of 4. And we will have them on their own 10-yard line, deep into their own territory. We're definitely going to try to capitalize here, but they're going to hand the ball back off to Redmond. He's going to get a big gain, and he's going to get that first down for a gain of at least 17. What a run there by Redmond. And our defense kind of collapsed. They're going to do a quarterback run out of the backfield. Nobody open downfield. We just weren't able to corral him, and he will get a good gain there of 7. They're going to go into a no huddle here, and they're going to try to speed this up going into late into the 2nd quarter. And they're going to throw a pass, but it'll be incomplete. The tight end got caught up on the lineman there, and it'll fall incomplete for the Pandas. Another screen pass, but we are going to be able to stop it, and no other than Cale Sanders Jr. there to stop him on the play. And we have 50-something seconds to make a play down the field. They had X across the middle, but Preston Stone's going to take it himself, and he will scamper for a good gain and the first down. And we'll get another change down. R1 across the middle, and that is going to be a nice catch there from nobody other than Romello Brinson on the play. Went up and just mossed 2 different defenders there. Looking at it again, look at this freeze frame. He was able to moss number 20 there. And he's been kind of quiet. He has had a few catches here and there in the last 2 games, but across the middle, we're going to hit number 3, Brinson. Once again, he's going to make a nice juke move, and he'll get down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal with 28 seconds left. And the Mustangs are just absolutely rolling here against the Pandas. And if we can score here, it'll be 3 touchdowns in the 1st quarter. We're going to hand it off to Knighton, but he will get stuffed, even though he's gotten 73 yards on 10 rushes today. That is his worst one by far today. And we'll drop back the pass here. You can see the play out. We're going to get absolutely stuffed. Where's the blocking? That is the second sack of the day from the Pandas. And we just cannot take that. But looking here, our halftime stats will be 138 passing yards, 72 rushing yards for an average of 9.1 per play. We haven't had the time of possession, but we've been having good big plays, and we were able to get that field goal at the end of the half. Would have been nice if we could have get that touchdown. We were right there on the doorstep, but we were unable to do so as Stone makes a bad play, as we didn't see the guy off screen, and they almost had a big pick and probably would have ended up being a pick six. But we're going to stick on the ground with Knighton, and he's going to get an absolute large gain down past the 40 to the 41. That'll be another good carry, 89 yards today for Knighton. And he's just been a good runner for us today. And we're going to look down the field, that left-hand side. That's going to be RJ Maryland, and doing the toe touch to get the big first down, to get 172 passing yards so far for Stone. And the boys are just rolling. Look at it here. He was able to get his toes in. The defense was just confused. They were playing a zone. Looks like they were playing some type of match zone, and they just did not match with RJ Maryland across the middle. And that'll be a big gain down to our own 25. We're going to do another RPO. Again, Hudson has been our RPO go-to out of the gate so far in this one. And he'll get a gain of 7 on the 18 into the red zone. We're going to hand it off to Knighton. And again, he's going to try to do that little sidestep move. But number 23 makes a good tackle there from the Pandas on the 10-yard line. We're going to look down the field. We're going to hit across the middle. And that'll be a catch by Keyshawn Smith for a gain of 5, his third catch of the day. And that was a very good play. We're going to do a play action pass. We're going to go across the middle, and that's going to be picked off in the end zone by Zeke Bowes. The strong safety sophomore was able to make that play, and that was just a boneheaded decision by Preston Stone. The upperclassman makes a lapse in decision making and throws it into the end zone. And what are we doing, Roberts? He kind of got confused as the quarterback was able to just run right up the middle. It looks like he was going to go right, but gave him a little bit of sidestep. He's going to keep it again. Wingate Wilson is going to get to the first down to the 31, and we were having a tough time picking who to go after on these read option plays. We're going to have to pick that up if we're going to keep the lead in this one. But that'll be a big hit by Roberts on the running back Redmond for a loss of 1 from the 30. The Pandas will have another second down opportunity. They're going to fake the pass, play action pass, but we will get to him, number 15. And that'll be the second sack of the day from the Mustangs. And that'll be Cameron Robertson on the big sack to get them to a 6-yard loss from the 3rd and 17 now. His first sack of the day. And looking at it here, he was just able to sneak past, kind of did a shed move with his own teammate to get off his lineman. 3rd and 17, like I said once a second ago. And we're going to get to the quarterback once again, and that'll be back-to-back sacks. And that'll be Iberia on the sack as he celebrates there. Don't get a flag, young man. But that is a very good play. It looks like they were pushing it down the field, but back-to-back sacks will stop them in their tracks. And we will get the punt here, and we will have it on the 48-yard line to start. Very good field position to start this drive off. But our blocking on the left-hand side was a little bit abysmal, and they will get to our quarterback. Luckily, we were able to get the ball off, and it wasn't a fumble. But across the middle, that will be number 9, Keyshawn Smith. Once again, he will make a nice move to the outside, trying to get down the field on the right-hand side to get past the defenders, but he will get caught on. And look at this nice route. He was able to do a nice in cut and get around number 23, and he wasn't able to get more than that. He made a good effort to, but we'll have it on the 18-yard line. First and 10, we'll throw it away. It'll be an incomplete pass. Our running back got caught up there on the screenplay, but we'll run right back to him as Knighton's going to get a gain of 4 from the 14. It'll be 3rd and 6. And we settled for a field goal last time in the red zone. Hopefully we can get a touchdown here. But Preston Stones doesn't see anything down the field. He's going to take it, and he'll slide down for a few-yard gain, but he'll get the first down, which is the most important thing from there. A 7-yard gain from him. From the 7, we'll take a 3-yard run from LJ Johnson Jr., and we're going to go to a pass play here. We're going to go across the middle. That'll be another catch by Jordan Hudson, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year. This one was not as big of a play as his last 2 against Nevada, but we'll take the 4-yard reception touchdown regardless. His 3rd of the season. Puts us up 23-3 against the Pandas, and the Mustangs look like they are running away with this one Look at that good little under route there just to get across the defense. Looks like number 30 was probably supposed to pick him up here, but a little bit of confusion will be our success as we score another touchdown today. I think that's Preston Stone's third passing touchdown of the day. I think he's having a very, very good performance as they're handing it off to Redmond as he gets up the middle for a gain of 5 as they started this drive off on their own 15 after a poor reception from the receiving team. But that'll be incomplete pass, and that'll be a 3rd and 5 from their own 20 once again with only 19 seconds left in the third quarter. They're going to drop back once again, but quarterback's going to take it off. Wingate Wilson's going to get the first down. And that has been our issue all day long. But looking at the third quarter stats here, we have 218 passing yards, 112 rushing on the ground as well. But we are going to need to contain this quarterback if we're going to find success. He's been able to get big chunk plays here and there throughout the game as they complete a pass there for 1 yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 30. It looks like Robertson's going to get around the edge, but he's not going to be able to get to him. And that'll be a pass across the middle to Sheffield once again. And he has been the big game target for the Pandas. And after that 5 yard pass, will be down to the 30. Another opportunity here to drive the ball down the field. They're going to pass it across the middle, and that'll be number 24, Kobe Wilson, trying to make the play, the deflection, but we won't be able to get to it, and they'll get the first down into the red zone, and that'll be another encroachment there by number 15, Robertson, and they will get a free 5 yards from us, and they're going to fake the run across the middle, and they're going to hit the guy, and that's going to be number 88, Kadarius Peterson across the middle, and that'll be their first touchdown of the day. Don't call it a comeback, but it'll be a 9-24 ball game with 6.5 here, and our defense just got kind of lost. Number 7 there, that is Deuce Harmon. He has been kind of an issue in the past 2 games, just not being able to really stick with guys in the defensive formation. He's just been an issue. We'll have to review after this game to see if we want to keep him around, but down the left side, that's going to be a good pass, but it'll be deflected by number 2, and Bailey was not able to come up with it. That was a good play by Longway, but another pass, another risky pass from Stone across the left-hand side with the defender right there, and it'll be incomplete. 3rd and 10 now from our own 25. Looking down the field, he's going to pass across the middle, and another risky pass from Stone. And it'll be another incomplete, and we'll be forced to punt it away with only 20 seconds coming off the clock. The Pandas are looking in good position as he makes the pass there to Caleb Sheffield once again. It'll be a gain of 3 to the 35. And Sheffield has just been really, really good with 9 receptions today. But luckily for us, they weren't able to come with that one, and it'll be a 3rd and 7. But he'll drop back to pass for another opportunity. And he's going to run again for another big gain and another first down for the Pandas. And that has just been the issue of the game. We're able to do good coverage but not contain the quarterback. And it'll be across the middle to number 35, and he'll get 9 yards for a 2nd and 1 opportunity from the 46 with 4.5 to play here. They're going to fake the runner. No, it's going to be an option to the right side, but he's going to be able to get the first down, but there is a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be holding on number 74, and that is very, very opportunistic for us, and we'll accept it, and it'll be 3rd and 11 from their 44. But again, Wingate Wilson is going to take it. He's going to get it 20 yards or more on that run, and they will be down on our side of the field for another 1st and 10 opportunity. And it's going to be a wide open Sheffield, and what are we doing? Where's the defense from Nwokbia? We just weren't able to stick with him, and he gets a nice post route or corner route for the big gain all the way down to the 7. 1st and goal. We're about to cross the 3.5-minute mark. Wingate Wilson's going to run to his left-hand side, and he's going to have wide open field in front of him, and that'll be another touchdown from the Pandas, and they have scored 2 touchdowns unanswered here late in the 4th quarter, and that is not spelling good for us. After we got up big with three touchdowns up, they are driving back here. Another replay from Wingate Wilson. Just nobody covering, nobody doing a QB spy, and that is going to be a big issue with our play calling so far. But we'll have another chance here with 3.5 minutes left for our offense to come out. That's going to be another deep shot down the field. That's going to be Hudson on the deep end receiving, but he's not going to be able to make the catch. It'll be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. We're going to hand the ball off to Knighton like we probably should have been doing. And he's going to get a big, huge gain there down to the 34. Another 1st and 10 opportunity for the Mustangs. Another run to LJ Johnson Jr. He's going to make a good cutback, but get caught up on RJ Maryland and blocking, and he will get tackled there for a gain of 7. Back to Knighton, and he is not going to be able to get the line to gain. It's going to be 30 inches on the 44. And it looks like we're going to do another run play here. Right back to Knighton. He's going to be able to get the first down this time, down to the 50-yard line. A 1st and 10 opportunity. The Pandas will take their first time out of the game, and we're just going to keep running back to it with Knighton. He's going to make a nice juke and get the first down to change the line again, and that'll be a good possession. And this should be it, as they call their second timeout. As long as we can remain in possession of the football, we should have this game in the bag. 3rd timeout used after the gain of 4 to the 36. 1:48 left, as we just need one more first down here, and we should be able to call this one game. He'll get tackled for a gain of 3. 3rd and 3 once again, running the time off with 1:10 left. We'll hand it off right back to Knight. He's going to get knocked around right back, and it's going to be 4th and 1. And it looks like we're going to make the decision and go on a 4th and 1. We're going to hand it off to LJ Johnson Jr., and that'll be close. Too close for comfort, but there is a flag on the play, and it's a holding call, and that'll push us back 10 yards. PJ Wilson with the hold, and we're going to settle for a field goal here, as we're not going to be able to go 4th and 9. It looks like it's up, and it's going to be short, and it's going to be short by a yard or 2, and this is a sticky situation. Down 1 touchdown. The Pandas are going to look to drive down the field. Good coverage down the field, and the quarterback's not going to be able to run for it. He's just going to have to throw it away. Wingate Wilson with another incomplete throw there, and it's going to be 14 seconds left. 2nd and 10. The defense had great coverage down the field, playing prevent defense, and once again, with pressure from Roberts there on the right-hand side, they're going to have to throw it away to conserve time. One more opportunity, it looks like. 10 seconds left. Wingate Wilson, once again, the third throwaway in a row. And it looks like we're having very, very good pass coverage, which we have had all day, but he's not able to run now. Deep down the field, they're going to chuck it. Hail Mary, and it'll be an interception by number 4, Jahari Rogers, the senior out of Arlington, Texas, will close it out for us as we stay alive here to hold off the Pandas. And oh my goodness, I did not expect to come in today and have to have a tough fight in the end of the game. Looking here, you can see they scored 14 unanswered in the 4th quarter, and our offense was not able to get going, and we were just trying to do too many deep plays late into the 4th quarter. We should just kept running the ball. As Preston Stone here, 218 passing yards for a 55% completion for 3 touchdowns. So not a terrible day by any means, but definitely some choice play calling down the road or down the end of the game might have lost us this one, but we're able to hang on. And looking at some highlights here, you can see some big passing plays there. None other than the one to Bailey there to get his first of the season, and the boys are rolling going into week 3. So taking a look here, we can see the box score. For some reason, it doesn't load the FCS team's box score after the fact, so we're not going to be able to look and compare. But you can look at our team here. We had 24 points scored. Obviously, we saw that. No points in the 4th quarter, which is a glaring issue we saw. We were trying to run some timeout. We did take some deep shots downfield that weren't necessary, so it's something we'll have to work on in a coaching aspect. But looking at the rushing yards, we had 163 yards and 27 carries, so not a bad day. We didn't have any rushing touchdowns. We had 22 attempts with, I think it's something like 16 or 13 completions for 3 touchdowns. So passing wasn't too bad, and our 3rd down conversion rate was good as well. But when you look at the defense, it was abysmal, especially in that 4th quarter. We just weren't able to cover any of the guys. There was a lot of open schemes, or a lot of open passes that they were able to complete, and we just weren't able to really stop them in any way, even when we were predicting pass. So that's something we'll have to look at. Maybe we'll have to realign our defensive back. You can see Preston Stone's here, $173 on his passer rating, 218 yards for 3 touchdowns in that 1 pick, which was kind of just a hurry up pick. He was just trying to get it out of his hands, and he, instead of throwing it out of bounds, threw it towards a player and then got picked. He was sacked twice today. So again, we're having a lot of issues with protecting the quarterback against these lower tier teams. Something we may have to look at and improve over the next few weeks before we get into ACC play. 12 for 22 for a 54% completion. Moving over here, we can look at Jalen Knighton, 147 yards on a 7.3 average. Very, very good. He did have 1 fumble. He got lit up on that 1 play, but we were able to recover it and keep possession of it. Looking here at LJ Johnson Jr., 3 carries for 13 yards for a 4.3 average, and then Preston Stone had those 4 carries for 3 yards. He did did scamper a little bit, not too bad, a little bit slow-footed, not great in, you know, the open field running, but he was able to get us a couple first downs, so very, very good from Preston Stone. And then Keyshawn Smith led the way with 4 receptions for 82 yards, no century mark today. He did have a touchdown as well, followed by Romello Brinson for 45 yards, and RJ Maryland for 1 reception for 34. And then Jake Bailey, the guy we covered very early on in this very first episode, and he didn't have any catches last week, no yards, nothing last week. But this week he comes up with 1 reception for 33 yards and a touchdown, and 17 of those yards were after the catch, so very, very good. And then our player of the game last week, Jordan Hudson, had 3 receptions, the second most out of all the players, but only for 17 yards, so he was very much a check down target today. And then again, that second half, that fourth quarter, we were really just throwing those deep shots, mostly to Jordan Hudson, and he just wasn't able to come up with them, and that was kind of the issue, kind of a big reason why they started to come back there late in that one. And one of the big things I noticed here, looking at the defensive stats, Deuce Harmon, he was getting beat a lot. He got beat a lot. He got beat on that second touchdown they had in the second half to the tight end, and he just wasn't really covering anybody very well. And it was kind of a big glaring issue that I saw on all the replays. Looking back at the highlights, you can see him just getting beat left, right, and center, and that's just not going to do it for us. If we just need him to be a better player. We need a better player in that slot position or in a zone fashion. But looking here, you can look at Cale Saunders Jr. with 1 sack on the day, a tackle for loss, 8 total tackles, and was very, very good. And then also Jahari Rogers came up with a pick. I do believe that was that garbage time pick to save the game, so very, very good there. And then Isaiah Nwokbia had a decent game with 10 tackles, 3 of those solo, 7 assisted, and a tackle for loss. Jonathan McGill as well with a tackle for loss. Cameron Robertson had 2 tackle for loss and a sack, so very, very good day for him. Then our star player on the defensive end was Elijah Roberts, a half a sack for him, 3 tackles for losses, and that was 3 total tackles. So all of his tackles were tackles for losses. And then a shared sack was with David Beria. So very, very good from our defense. Again, the secondary really kind of failed us today in that second half, and we'll need to pick it up going forward. And looking forward to next week, we will be taking on the BYU Cougars of the Big 12 Conference. They look to be having a really good season starting off in real life, but they've yet to play a game here in college football 25. But let's go ahead and take a look at their top players and see what we have to do to get it done here for a 3-0 start to our season. Popping in and taking a quick look, it looks like their defense is going to really be their moniker for this season. A ton of their top players are on that side of the ball. And speaking of their defense, here is their left end, their power rusher senior out of Utah, 85 overall, true overall, but with the boost to 86. He looks like he's going to be pretty good. He's going to definitely be a power rusher. He's going to try to bully our linemen and get straight to our quarterback, but hopefully we're going to be able to stop that. But he does have the physical ability, pocket disruptor, so we got to keep out of the 3rd and 4th and long situations to be able to limit his abilities to get to our quarterback. Next up, we have Braden Keem, the left tackle senior, who's 6'9", 310 pounds, also out of Utah. He came in as a 1-star pass protector, but they have developed him very, very well. And he looks like he's going to be a power blocker. He's going to be able to really just hold off our linemen on that left side of the line. He has 2 physical abilities as well, a pocket shield and play action shield. Oh, sorry, he has 3 with wear down as well. So he's going to be really good in those situations where he needs a pass block like his tendency says he is, but he's also going to be very good in those play action situations. Next up, we have 2 defensive backs. The first going to be Micah Harper, the free safety out of Arizona. Came in as a 2-star, so it looks like BYU's very good at developing their players. He looks like he's going to be very, very quick, and he's going to be really hard to get around on the back end of that defense. 91 speed is going to be very, very lethal. He doesn't have any physical abilities or mental abilities. Hopefully we'll be able to put him in some sticky situations where him not having any abilities will not be able to bail him out of those situations. Next up, we have Jacob Robinson, another 2-star senior. He's going to be a cornerback, a zone archetype. He's going to be pretty decent. Again, he's going to be very, very quick, having 8 out of 10 boxes ticked. He's going to have 91 speed as well. So hopefully we're going to be able to have him one-on-one with Jordan Hudson and have Jordan Hudson's a little bit better speed to get around the edge. He does have 2 physical abilities, house call and ball hawk. So we're going to have to be very, very careful when passing his direction. And then taking a look at the first offensive weapon they have, it's going to be LJ Martin, the sophomore 3-star power back. He's 6'2", 225 out of El Paso, Texas, and he is going to be very, very hard to tackle, especially with 4 4 physical abilities in the power running back tier, and he's going to be very, very quick as well at 89 speed. With that power combination, it's going to be very, very difficult for us to find a mismatch. He is silver head first, gold workhorse, bronze downhill, and then that silver arm bar as well. That gold workhorse is going to be very, very tough because it also protects you from wear and tear impact, so he's going to be able to play very, very long into this game and not wear out very, very quickly. And then the last player we want to cover is Gary Bohannon, the senior quarterback, 4-star out of Arkansas. He's 6'3". He's a field general, but don't let that fool you. He actually does have some decent speed at 83 speed. He looks like to be very, very decent at throwing the ball, but he is going to be less of a threat than their running back. So we're definitely going to have to put him in situations where we have stopped the run, put him in 3rd and long situations. So he's going to have to make a choice and make good passes. He does have 3 abilities in sleight of hand, step up, and pull down. So he's not going to really fumble that ball. If he gets hit in the pocket, he's going to be able to secure that. Along with that, he's going to have a better boost for play action and trick plays. And then if he has a clean pocket, he's going to get an accuracy boost. So we're going to have our linemen or defensive linemen really get to him very quickly. And that will be the end of episode 3. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget that we are going to be releasing these videos weekly. They'll be an hour long. The first couple episodes we did a little shorter, but the poll on the channel told us that you want a little bit longer episodes once a week. So we'll be posting those weeklies going here forward. But if you haven't seen the other 2 episodes, go check those out. If the 4th video posted, it'll be posted here right on screen now. So you can check that out as well. If not, tune back in later. But I appreciate y'all being here, and I'll catch you in the next one.